Hi, it's Jerry, and I want to speak to you about one of the things that I find really important, at least particularly for me, and it's one of the things that we hold in high regard here in All for One. And once again, it comes back to mindset, which is one of the things that I hold in, particularly dear. It's the idea of gratitude, and I spoke about it a little bit in the one of the other videos. Is being grateful, and that can really change everything. Now we were introduced to a process that was called the 15-minute miracle, and the basis is on gratitude, and the idea for that is that every day you take a certain amount of time out and you write down 10 things that you're grateful for. So you can take a piece of paper or a notebook, whatever you find successful for you, and you write down the 10 things that you're grateful. It could be anything, and some days it can be really a challenge to find out what you're grateful for. You can just be grateful for opening up your eyes, or that you can brush your teeth, or that you have toothpaste. It doesn't really matter. You find 10 things that you're grateful for, and as you steep in that energy, you just bring it further and further until you remember what it feels like to have that sense of gratitude. Then after you have gotten, I'm grateful for, you write down the equal amount, 10 things that you're grateful for, 10 things that you're manifesting, that you're creating. And you really want to visualize, and the whole idea is that you take this platform of being steeped in gratitude, and reminding yourself of what that feeling is, and you take that feeling as you're creating what your vision is for the future. But the most important thing is that, time is kind of a funky thing. There really is no time. There's no past, present, or future, that whole idea. So what you want to do is you want to work with your subconscious, and you don't want to say, I am going to create. You want to be very clear that it's in present time, present terms. I am creating. And you want the equal amount of what you've been grateful for and what you're creating. And I am very clear that I will use the words I am grateful, I am manifesting, because I feel that there's a lot of power in those words as well. Now that basically is the 15-minute miracle, and that was the way that it was presented to me by Seth Daly. Now what I have done is I've kind of played around with it for myself. And what I found is I have been practicing Qigong for, probably close to 20 years. And it's they call it a soft martial arts, but it's a very similar thing to Tai Chi, but it really is for clearing your energy body and learning how to bring the energy into your body. And what I have found is that when I practice Qigong first, before I do my 15-minute miracle, my 10-10 list, that I've already created that clearing in my energy body, and I've already felt what it is like to move energy and be in gratitude and creation. And so I use that as my stepping off point for my gratitude list. And I have found it to be even more profound, because I already feel gratitude that my body is clear, and I've moved some blocks, and I'm just feeling really good. I'm feeling very energized and empowered, and I'm feeling much more connected to that source that created us to begin with. And I start my gratitude from there. And then I'm really steeped in this great luscious feeling of really being so grateful. And that is, people have talked about even the lost mode of prayer, is that you need to have that emotion in the prayer for the prayer to be realized. And so that helps me bring that emotion of the gratitude, and that gratitude into the creation of being in the moment and the vision of what was happening next. Now, another part that a friend of mine, Andy, has brought to my attention, and that I've been kind of playing around with. This is Andy Murray's idea, that I've kind of tacked on to the end of, once I've done my 10-10, is I then give myself 3 steps of things I'm going to do to take that into an action, so that it doesn't just become a list. And I have found that to be very, very helpful as well. And that also does segue into another practice that I do with a running buddy, and I'll do another video on that at a later date. But there's one more thing I didn't mention, and I find that what I also do is once I write down my creation, my 10 things that I'm creating and I'm manifesting, I let it go. I don't hold on to the outcome, and I give it to my creator, basically, or to the spirit, or to the energy of the planet, and I just let it go. I let it go. I don't hold on to it. I don't worry about it, and I expect it, and I write this down. I expect it in unexpected ways, because sometimes we miss those miracles. We're expecting it in a certain way, and when it's tapping us on the shoulder from behind in a different manner, we often don't recognize. So it's important to recognize the miracles that come into our life, and they're just, they can be a wolf in sheep's clothing, or a sheep in wolf's clothing, and sometimes we don't realize it because we just are expecting it in one way. So I would like to just share my practice of embracing gratitude in my life, and that's just kind of the quick overview, and I'm hoping to really do a series of videos sharing it a little bit more deeply and how it has affected me in my life. Have a wonderful day. Thank you again for letting me share it with you. Be well and take care.